Now, some Joburg residents are breathing a sigh of relief this morning after water supply was finally restored in areas that were recently affected by long-standing outages. The restoration follows repair work and interventions that's aimed at stabilising the system. Monitoring continues as reservoirs recover, but the disruptions have caused widespread inconvenience for many. Let's speak a bit more about this and bring in our guest. Gugulethu Quma is the manager with Electro-Mechanical, who will give us hopefully some insights into these challenges and whether or not we should expect similar scenes in the coming days. Gugulethu, thanks for your time. Welcome to the SABC News Channel. So between power failures, infrastructure failures, critically low reservoirs and leakages at some stage, this really does feel like it was the perfect storm for some of the most affected residents, especially those living in areas like Midrand.
Good morning to you and good morning to the viewers. Thank you for the opportunity. Yes, the last 2 weeks has been difficult, experiencing challenges from power cuts, power trips, and also the leaks and some repairs that needed to be done by our bulk supplier, in this case, Rainwater. And of course, being the bulk distributor, it affects the downstream system within the value chain of water, which is Johannesburg water systems. And the most areas that were affected is Midrand, followed by Sentin. But there is restoration in Sentin, and now we are focusing on the Midrand side, which had also another, like you've indicated, perfect storm, where now there was a leak on the main reservoir, needed some attention, which is now back into full pumping capacity, and restoration is in progress since yesterday.
We've been told for years now that our infrastructure cannot keep up with demand, and we'll speak about what residents can do. But I wonder, Gugulethu, whether what we saw over the past couple of days was avoidable, given just how much pressure the system has been under.
We can put in some mitigation. Understandable that we do have quite a huge backlog as far as infrastructure is concerned. And looking at Midrand itself, Midrand is growing. If you're looking at the past, let's say 30 years, you can see how Midrand has grown up to today. And if you're looking at the next 10-year horizon, you can see the future developments that will still come. Of course, there are approved plans as far as additional reservoirs and the infrastructure that is built there. Currently, some are in construction and currently some are on design stage, or future plans that are already within the next 5 to 10 years in the medium to long term period. So those infrastructure will be built, but at this stage, the infrastructure that we do have, we do understand is constrained, and it does offer some form of retention capacity, but not as desired, which means if there are prolonged outages like the one we have, we are now prone to have challenges where the reservoirs will go to critical low. So in essence, yes, some of the challenges could be cushioned, but the ones that we are facing now, definitely not, because it's power cuts, it's the leaks that needs to be repaired, and those kind of unplanned maintenance needs to be implemented. And inevitable the challenges we're facing.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you there, Gugulethu. The mayor of the city was actually on this channel last night, and I think he spoke about building 4 reservoirs, which in my mind sounds like something that's going to take quite some time. The question becomes what the immediate solution is. I mean, for example, should residents around the city anticipate more days like what we've seen in the week gone by?
If there are unplanned challenges, yes, we will have some disruption, and definitely it's a challenge that we have, because the infrastructure that we have is the one that is going to deliver the immediate solution. We need to utilize what we have to ensure that there is access to water and there's available water within the Midrand and also all the areas within the city of Joburg. We need to rely on what we have. There is a couple of infrastructure projects, including those 4 reservoirs and towers that are being built in Midrand. Some are on construction and some are within the short to medium term that will be built to augment and add the storage within Midrand, so that we can have prolonged retention period. Whenever we have problems, we can rely on our internal storage to cushion the residents and businesses and all affected stakeholders within the area of Midrand.
We were warned that we would get here, and it seems we're starting to see the early signs of that. Gugulethu Quma, thanks very much indeed for giving us your insights as we make sense of this moment. Really do appreciate it. Gugulethu is a manager with Electro-Mechanical. Once again, thanks very much indeed.